Okay, so next part is sudden loss of one of the parallel lines. So as you know, the power transfer can be done with the help of parallel lines. So let us say this is one diagram. This is a synchronous generator, synchronous machine. Mechanical power is fed to this synchronous generator. This produces the electrical power, and this one machine is connected to the infinite bus with the help of transmission line. So these are the two transmission lines. Let us say this is the equivalent diagram of a single machine tied to infinite bus through two parallel lines. This is the PM, mechanical power, which is fed to the generator. This is generator. The magnitude of the EMF which is generated by the generator is E dash at an angle delta. Let us say X dash D is the reactance of this generator. Then these are the two parallel lines. These are the two circuit breakers. X1 is the reactance of the first line. X2 is the reactance of the second line. These two lines are parallel lines, and these two parallel lines are fed or connected to a infinite bus bar, and the voltage at the bus bar is magnitude of V at an angle 0. So this is sudden loss of one of the parallel lines. So let us say first of all, both of these lines are working in steady state condition or stable operating condition. So when before switching of the line, when the system is steady state, what will be the power transfer with the help of these two lines? That equation is given by P equal to E into V divided by X into sine delta. So here PI1 represents before the switching of the power, before switching of second line, or when the system is operating with a stable condition or stable state. So PE1 will be equal to E dash, that is magnitude of the voltage at the generator side, into magnitude of the voltage, that is voltage at this bus side, divided by the reactance between this generator and this V, or reactance between these two. So reactance consists of XD, X1 and X2. As these two lines are the parallel lines, the reactance or equivalent reactance of these two parallel lines is given by X1 parallel to X2. X1 parallel to X2. So the total reactance from this point to this point will be XD, X dash D plus parallel combination of these two, that is X1 parallel with the X2 into sine delta. And this term, that is E dash V into X dash D plus X1 parallel X2, will be treated as a P max 1. So your equation becomes P max 1 into sine delta. Now, due to some reason, we are removing this line, or we are switching off this line. So you can open the circuit breakers on both the sides. So by opening of the circuit breakers, this line can be removed. So let us say this line is removed with the help of circuit breaker. So during this time, the only one line will remain in the circuit. That time, immediately after switching off the line 2, the power angle curve or power angle equation, power transfer equation is given by PE2. Second 2 represents, it is after the removal of the line or switching of the line 2. So PE2 will be E dash into V, because these parameters we are not going to change. We are not going to change this parameter, that is E dash V and V at an angle 0. So E dash into V divided by X dash D, that is the reactance of the generator plus the reactance of the transmission line. As there is only one line, the second line is taken off or switched off. So there will be no reactance present in the circuit of this line. Only one reactance will be present. That reactance will be due to the line which is there in the circuit, and this is the only one line which is present in the circuit. So it will be X dash D plus X1 into sine delta. Again this term E dash V divided by X dash D plus X1 will be considered as P max 2. So the PE2 will be P max 2 into sine delta. So now we have two equations. First equation is PE1, that will be P max 1 into sine delta. The second equation is PE22, that equation will be P max 2 into sine delta. PE1 equal to P max 1 into sine delta. This is the equation when both the lines are there in the circuit, and PE2 equal to P max 2 sine delta. This is the equation when only one line is present in the circuit. If I compare this power, that is PE1 and PE2, which power will be more? Definitely P max 1 will be more than the P max 2. Why P max 2? P max 1 is more than P max 2, or P max 2 is lesser than the P max 1. Here you are having x1 parallel with the x2 in the denominator, and here in the denominator there is only one x1. And whenever two reactances are connected in parallel, the equivalent reactance is always less than their individual values. So this value x1 parallel with the x2 is having a lower value than the x1. So as it is in denominator, this PI1 will be greater than the PE2. PE1 will be greater than PE22, because P max 2 is lesser than P max 1, as x dash d plus x1, that is this reactance, will be greater than this reactance, because all other quantities, all other terminologies are going to remain constant, remain same. E dash in this case and E dash in this case remain same. V in first case, in the second case remains same. X dash d in the first case and this case remains same. Only the change will be this one. X1 parallel with the x2 will be in this case, and here there will be only one x1. And as these two lines are parallel, this x1 parallel with the x2, this value will be always less than x1 or x2. Here we are considering only x1, so I will say x1 parallel with the x2, this value will be always less than x1. So as this value is lesser than this one, PE1 is always greater than PE2. So this is a power angle curve. This curve is the first curve when both the lines are in operating condition. The system is operating initially with the steady state power transfer PE equal to PM and the torque angle delta 0 on the curve 1. So this is the curve number 1. This curve is plotted P versus delta when both the lines are in operating condition, means both the lines are present in the circuit. That time this will be the power angle curve. Let us say A is the operating angle at PE. At this angle, at this point, PE should be equal to PM, that is corresponding mechanical power is PM, the corresponding angle is delta 0, and this is the stable operating state. At this instant, the line 2 is switched off. So immediately the power angle curve will switch to this diagram. So this is the second curve. This curve is for PE2, that is when line 2 is out of service or line 2 is disconnected from the supply. So from this point the power will be, it will come to the point B, that is power delivered, that is PE2 will be at this angle delta 0 corresponding to delta 0. PE2 will be at point B, and is clearly seen that this power PE2 is lesser than this value, that is PM, that is which is present when both the lines are in the circuit. So according to this equation, PA will be equal to PM minus PE, as here PM is having a higher value and PE is having a lower value. So PA will have a positive value, and whenever accelerating power is having a positive value, the rotor will start to accelerate. So the rotor will start to accelerate. When this rotor comes at this position, you will see that the corresponding mechanical power is Pm, corresponding electrical power will be same as Pm, and the corresponding angle is delta 1. Corresponding angle is delta 1, and so this will be the new operating state or new equilibrium state. That is, though we have removed single line or one line out of the two lines, then also system can deliver the same electrical power to the bus bar or to the load centers. So according to the stability, at this point Pm should be equal to P, and this should be the stable operating state. But due to inertia, the rotor doesn't stop at this point C, it will move in the forward direction, because from B to C it is accelerating, and during accelerating it is gaining some kinetic energy, and due to this kinetic energy this will move in the forward direction, and it will lose the kinetic energy which is stored in the rotor. At this point the kinetic energy which is stored will be fully lost, and the rotor will start to decelerate. So this is the area A1 during accelerating period, this is the area A2 during the decelerating period, and when A1 becomes equal to A2, that is accelerating area becomes equal to the decelerating area, then the system is said to be a stable operating state, or the system will regain its stability, or system will regain its equilibrium position. So the corresponding angle for C is delta 1, the corresponding power is Pm, that is Pm is the mechanical input power, and the corresponding electrical power is same as the Pm. Let us say that power is Pe. So Pm will be equal to Pe at the new operating state. That operating state is represented by point C. The corresponding angle is delta 1. So it is clear that though out of two lines, one line is out of service, or if you are removed that line for some another work, the same power can be transferred with the help of single line. So when we are losing or sudden loss of one of the parallel lines, the power transfer can be restored if the power change or change in electrical power is within the limits.